Good morning, everybody. We slept in again. It's 11:17. We try to get up at 7:30 and get a whole bunch of done, but I slept through my alarm, so we're gonna try to do some things, right? We'll see. Let's go. Coffee. Hello, coffee machine. Really don't get a view like this in New York. It's really hard to. So we really lucked out when we got this place. My garden is kind of suffering right now because we went on vacation, but it will spring back. Man, I'm getting distracted. I still need to make this coffee. Let's just give that guy a rinse. The sink's a lot cleaner today than it was yesterday. That might be a little too much water. So it's almost noon and we still haven't had breakfast, so I'm gonna work on something. Put my hair up. Tomato. Kind of similar to like yesterday. So we're gonna throw some arugula in there and see how everything mixes up. So let's slice up tomato. Get a bag out just in case. And our knife. What we can do is get our paring knife out. I'll show you guys how I do that right now. Little knife, hold it with your index finger on the back of it to create like an elongated index finger. Essentially, you're just creating a blade hand. Then you get into the top, just on the side, and then twist and cut as you're twisting. And then just nib it, and there you are. Downhill. My knife needs to be sharpened. Okay. We got our tomatoes chopped. There we go. You know what comes next? Oil. This is getting nice and hot now. We're going to throw all the tomatoes in there. Sprinkle that around. Let's go. We will add our arugula. And then almost immediately after the arugula, we'll put the eggs on top. Crash. Place. I'm making for two. So, you know how that is. If instead of a half a tomato, you probably want to use a quarter of tomato. It's for my judgments and my transgressions. And I hope that you live a filling and happy life, regardless of your diet. Stop. Scatter that about. Oh, black pepper too. Because that's how we do in this kitchen. Black pepper everywhere. Nice flat top lid that we just throw right on top. That'll just create a nice amount of steam and cook the eggs from the top at the same time as it's cooking it from the bottom. So nothing gets too burnt. Okay, let's get our plates out. Just like we did yesterday, or whenever you're seeing this, we slice the avocado into a quarter there and just push up against the skin, separating the flesh from the skin. Got a nice little chop. There we are, guys. Arugula, tomato, fried eggs, avocado. Let's get it. Delicious. All right. It's been a bit of a hectic day. We went to the post office, waited in line to ship some things, then tried to open a business account for what we're doing here, but turns out that I have to register with the State Department, which I haven't done yet. I registered with the tax department, but that is different. I don't know if we're even doing lunch today. I mean, we can do dinner, like a big early dinner instead of lunch. I think that's probably what we're gonna be doing. So in order to do that, I think I'm gonna take out some shrimp. I always keep a bag of frozen shrimp in the freezer. I think it's just like a smart thing to do because you can always have them ready to go because they take not long at all to defrost. You just have to run them under cold water and you should be fine. What else can we make today? Let's take a look in our stock, huh? Let's see. Tahini actually might be nice to season. Let's go with this guy. Let's do some sort of kind of take on that. Just a bit of rice vinegar, sesame oil for sure, with the shrimp. And this is the base we're gonna start with. If I can find it, a nice chunk of ginger as well. I'm gonna throw all that together, make a nice sauce. Bring a bowl in here, on shrimp. Let's do 10 shrimps, maybe 12. So 1, 2, 3, that's 6 shrimp per. Now, in order to defrost, you just have to run that under cold water. Make sure it's cold. This is probably one of the better ways to defrost. There are some really bad ways to defrost, leaving things just out, like I did yesterday with the tilapia, but the best way to defrost something is to leave it in the fridge overnight so that it gets a chance to like really come to that temperature. I'll start with this ginger. I think a chunk like this big will be enough with that. And just run it on the skin and it just comes right off. The vegetable peeler is not necessary for this, but we don't end up mauling ourselves. Let's clear that. Now, press like we usually do with our garlic. Give it a nice smash. That way the skin is just a lot easier to free up. I ain't got no patience. And then we'll do the same for a chop for the ginger. Fantastic. So we're gonna get a bowl out and we're gonna open this tahini. Tahini has a lovely nutty flavor to it. It's intense though. Give a nice tahini. I would call that a tablespoon. Peanut butter with the chilies and the honey. And that way the dominant flavor in this will be the peanut chili and not the tahini. So now let's take our ginger and garlic. Now just a touch of soy just to throw in there and start to combine all these situations in here together. There's a half lemon left in there. There's a little bit of this lemon left over. We're just gonna squeeze that in there. It's about a tablespoon of juice. You don't have to subject yourself to the way I'm doing things. So now that we've had these running for about, say 5 to 7 minutes, you can see that these shrimp are completely defrosted, flexible, and ready to be cooked. There we are, bowl of defrosted shrimp. We're gonna set that right here. Leave that sauce to the side. These shells of the shrimp pack a ton of flavor. Shrimp shells go a long way. I have a bunch of them in my freezer right now from all the shrimp that we regularly eat. I'm planning on making a stock at some point. I'm not certain when, but I'm sure that you guys will see it when it's up. And to that, we're gonna add half or more, depending on what you want, of our peanut butter mash here. And just get in and start mixing that up. You see that? How different it is from the color of the actual sauce? It's nice and light. So now that we've got our shrimp all marinated, we're gonna set this in the fridge for now and wait until we need to cook it. So, we've got our pot here. We're gonna do a cup and a half of water into this here situation.
Usually, when you make your rice, you would add a little bit of salt, a little bit of olive oil. Today we're gonna use this spread. It's got the seasoning in it and it's got the oil. So you're not gonna need much else. So let's put a dollop of that in there. Mix that just a little bit to get it incorporated into our water here. And the fire's not on at the moment, but it will be in just a second. And we're gonna need a full cup. Okay, just throw that in there.
Beautiful. So for red cabbage or any cabbage, you want to take off the first couple layers. You want to make sure that your cabbage is nice and clear. Beautiful. There we are. I'm going to cut this directly in half. Is just make a nice insert along the line of that spine. Do the same thing on the other side. And then what you can do on this end, you want to just connect at some point, and then once you have that done, you can just pull it out. And there we go. Gonna grab our lid out, cover, and reduce to a simmer. And we're gonna put a 15-minute timer on that simmer. We're gonna cut this in half again, and then from there, thin, thick, however you want it. There we go. This should do. Okay. Let's throw it in here. So we're gonna do a nice thin slices to go along with our thin slices of cabbage. There we go. I absolutely love jalapenos, but not necessarily for their spice, but just for their crisp, fresh flavor. So what I like to do, which I learned recently, is cut off the sides and just cut off the end of it, because you want to get all the flesh you can. With this guy, you can even, save it for your soups, save it for seasonings if you want to make something spicy. But at the moment, so we're just gonna slice them. Also, thin slices, because we want everything to have a similar texture in this salad. Prevent that. We're gonna take this whole jalapeno, chopped up nicely, and throw it in there as well. So we're gonna give the salad a nice little dressing of the seasoned rice vinegar. Sesame oil that we're gonna be putting in here as well, which will add just that really nice nutty flavor. And like we showed yesterday, we will start tossing our salad. Grab from the outsides and twist. We have this avocado left over from breakfast, so we're just gonna throw it in there as well, because I do like the creaminess along with the vinegar and the crunchiness of the salad. It creates a lovely contrast, but we're only gonna put a half of avocado in there. Don't put too much pressure. Try to just navigate the knife on the skin of the avocado. Do not go through the skin. Then they're under the flesh, right up on the skin, and then just scoop it all out. Because there is no way to scoop the flesh along with the skin if you are doing that. Look. I have some toasted sesame seeds back here that we're just gonna put, say about a teaspoon in there. And go ahead and do this. Just mix that up a little bit more. And then I'll show you guys a POV shot of this here salad. There we are. Doesn't that look pretty? All right, the seeds, the avocado, the jalapeno, the different colors is just slightly pepping through the purple. It's just a beautiful thing. You can see the rice, nice, steaming, good. And I'm not seeing too much water left in there. And I know that if I leave that sit for a little while, all that water will just reabsorb. Let's switch our pan over here because we got a better surface to cook on. All right, so we're gonna do this piece by piece. And you want to start at a specific mark with your first piece so that you can just follow that mark the same way around the second time, so you know which needs to be flipped first. The end ones can be put in the center, but always follow a pattern, because it's always easier to flip and know your temps if you follow the pattern and you have it coming out a specific way. That was just the tail end. There we go. Really good looking.
Let's try to flip our first one and see what... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a nice char. Look at that. I guess you guys will see it later, but yeah, lovely. Oh yeah. That's the way I want it. And see how we're following the same pattern that we laid them down in. Now that we have it all flipped, I'm shutting the fire off. We don't need to heat this pan any longer. Okay. Wow, lovely. Oh, it smells great. Let's see how the texture is. Perfect. Perfect. Got a nice rice paddle right here. You can just grab some, lay it on the plate. You're gonna grab a bunch of that, put it right on top of the rice. All right, these have stopped sizzling completely. Just now, they stopped making noise. So it's time to plate them up. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6. And there we are. We got our rice underneath, cabbage salad over that, shrimps over that. Delicious. Man, that shrimp was great. Yeah, it had like a nice crisp on the outside from the peat. Like it just created its own little shell from that sauce. Really, really different. Really, really good. So yeah, I think that might be it for today, guys, because we skipped lunch and went straight to dinner because of like the late waking up and all the running around that we try to do. So I'm just gonna end today with a nice tequila on the rocks with a little bit of lime. We're doing Cimarron tequila. I mean, it's cheap and it's big, so that's what we got. And I'll cut up a lime. Where are all the limes? Let's find the limes, huh? So it turns out we don't have any limes. We only ordered lemons. We're gonna use a lemon instead. I know it's pretty basic and boring, and nobody really puts lemon in tequila, but that's what we have to do today. Okay. The way I like to cut citrus is like this. So you're gonna take the knife and make an indent, a cut from end to end without going through the skin of the lime. To cut through, all you gotta do is slice. I'm gonna make 2 slices out of this half, this quarter right here. And then, after you slice, it's already got a little divot to put on your glass. That looks like it's enough. All right, a little bit of lemon. And there we are, guys. Cheers. So, oh, that's nice actually. So, yeah, this is it, guys. This is it for today. No lunch, sorry about that, but we gotta do what we gotta do in this moment. So, you know, if you like what you see, you want some more, you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll do it again. That didn't rhyme, but that's fine. See you guys next time.